Hello, my name is Chloe Foster, and tonight we're going to be conducting an interview for Naomi Eliana. I have today with me shadowing Mr. Merck, Leon Nish King. I have Cassie Jerry, Cal Jefferson, Barry McCockner, and supervising here is Dr. Barkley. Before we start, Naomi, I would like to verify that you have all your macros in the correct order. Can you just throw those up for me and make sure you just wait in between like a second or two in between those macros just to ensure you don't get muted in the chat? Okay?
Okay.
All right, perfect. So I'm going to start by reading a set of rules. I have to read the HP rules, the MD rules, and the RP rules. And we're going to start with the HP rules. Do not resuscitate patients or any streets surrounding the hospital, PvP, Blue Territory events, or Army base. Do not serve patients who have their weapons drawn. Do not stand or sail on the main lobby floor. Do not go AFK while on duty. That is a 3-day ban and demotion, and all funds will be returned. Only 2 staff members may be at each desk in rank order. That's brown, maroon, blue, white, then green, and up to 3 may line up down the hallway also in rank order. If your medication wait time is over 5 minutes, go on emergency calls or deliveries. If the wait is under 5 minutes, wait in the cafeteria. Do not use the front door. Only rank 6 and higher may enter through the front door, and only rank 7 and higher may use the front parking lot. Do not spawn the bus. You must have DCP or CP permission. Radio checks are mandatory. You cannot attend the PvP territories without a rank 7 or higher. Any questions about the HP rules?
No.
Okay. And the MD rules. MD1 is refusal to provide medical assistance, refusing to provide medical assistance, or giving meds without a justified RP reason, as long as there is no threat to the medic's life, including situations when armed players are present at the scene. The punishment is 1 reprimand. MD2, providing medical aid during dangerous situations, selling medication or resuscitating players in situations that threaten the life and health of both the medic and the player, including but not limited to during an escalating conflict, an active shootout, a turf war, etc. The punishment is 1 warning. MD3 is compliance with project rules. Medical personnel are required to comply with all established project rules. The punishment is 1 warning to 1 reprimand, depending on the faction leader's decision at that point in time. MD4 is improper RP behavior. Failure to adhere to RP rules when interacting with players while providing medical assistance or communicating with faction colleagues. The punishment is 1 warning from the faction leadership. MD 4.1 is disrespectful behavior. Disrespectful behavior towards any player. The punishment for that is 1 reprimand or dismissal, depending on the faction leader's decision at that point in time. MD 4.2 is noncompliance with orders, failure to comply with or to observe the chain of command within the faction. The punishment is 1 reprimand from the faction leadership. MD 4.3 is assault on civilians, assaulting civilians with a taser, a weapon, or a fist without an RP reason. The punishment is dismissal from the faction. MD 5 is use of weapons. Medical personnel are strictly forbidden from using any weapons. That's dismissal from the faction. MD6, criminal activity, intentionally associate with gangs committing major crimes, including but not limited to theft, vandalism, murder, or joining factions during activities where medic participation is not intended. The punishment is dismissal from the faction. MD7, the use of service vehicles for personal purposes, using official medical transport for personal travel when not on duty, including for civilian jobs. The punishment is one warning. MD 7.1, use of personal vehicles, using personal vehicles instead of service vehicles to perform faction duties. Punishment is one warning. MD 8, unauthorized issuance of recovery notes, issuing medical certificates outside of a hospital, issuing medical certificates for monetary compensation. The punishment is one warning. Do you have any questions about those MD rules?
No.
Okay. And for the RP rules, RP 13 is faction NRP. That's non RP behavior within gang factions, including unlawful release of prisoners or execution of civilians by the police. The punishment is exoneration from the faction and or from 30 minutes in one state jail to 3 days of ban. RP 14, sexual harassment, any form of non-consensual sexual actions, including simulation and explicit dialogue actions, use of ethnic and or LGBT slurs or excessive attention. All sexual actions require OOC consent. Such actions should not occur in public or frequently visit areas. The punishment is 60 minutes, mute, or 24 hours up to 30 days ban. RP 15, disruption of faction operations, intentionally provoking faction members for entertainment or disrupting faction operations is prohibited. The punishment is 30 minutes in one state jail. And RP 16, criminal acts against emergency personnel. Any criminal acts towards emergency medical personnel are prohibited. The punishment is 90 minutes in one state jail to a 12-hour ban. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Now, next we will ask about 10 interview questions. And once I get done with my questions, I will turn the floor over to my colleagues for their questions. My first question, Naomi, is why do you want to join the medical faction?
I was tired of being gay.
Okay. So, with that being said, what do you think are the most important qualities of a medical professional? We're having an interview, Mo Thuggin. Can you go to the
My
other
bad, my
one?
bad. I'm
Thank
coming.
you.
Floor two is closed.
Yes, you will come find you. Thank you.
Hello.
Sorry, when you say important qualities, can you explain that?
So, what is most important about being a medical professional? Like, what do you feel is important to hold that title as a medical professional? So, like for example, I would say professionalism, um, things like that.
It sounds like you're on. Okay, I'll take this on.
Okay, it's okay if you did you need. I mean, you need some more time or
Yeah, I need some more time on that question.
okay. Well, I think for me, I think to maintain good customer service, patient care, to follow rules, to be able to enforce rules, to be friendly, to be kind, to be caring, things like that. So my next question, how do you handle high stress situations um, during emergencies or just during any time where you have a situation where there's stress? How would you handle it?
Cooling myself down
Okay,
and continuing.
and are there strategies that you take to cool yourself down?
Taking a deep breath.
Good. That's very important.
Where's is Dr. Hunter still online?
Okay, so deep breaths. That's good. I'm gonna pass the floor to who wants to go first.
I'll go.
Okay.
Hey Naomi, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. I only have two questions today for you. My first question is, when you restock your meds, if your wait is over 5 minutes, what do you do?
Go on medic runs.
Okay, and then my next question is, how many medics can be in the hall?
3.
And do you know what else? There's one more thing.
The subcolors by order.
All right, I'll give you that. That's all I
Hello.
have.
Very good stuff you're doing.
Someone at emergency. Call me.
Thank you.
Okay. Cassie, did you want to elaborate on that rank order?
Meaning, like, did you want me to tell her the rank order?
Yes, just so we can clarify. Um, yes. So just to
I always do.
so
Oh, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say so just to clarify, like you said, the three scrubs down the hall in the rank order. So brown, maroon, blue, white, and then green. Okay, Kai, you ready?
Yeah, honestly, I was going to try to get with the colors. But my question would be if you are on like I guess it would be an EMS run, a medical run, and there's three people on the scene. You have the person that called for the ambulance, a police officer, and a random civilian. Who are you reviving first?
The person I called.
Yes, ma'am. That's my only question for now. I got another one I got to think about.
Okay, Mr. Merck, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I got one. Naomi, good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, so when are you allowed to spawn the medical bus?
I don't think I'm allowed unless I have permission.
No, you're not allowed to spawn the medical bus, Naomi. Only a DCP and a DC can spawn the bus. Okay?
Hold on. So um, you can, as a rank 3, can spawn a bus, but you need permission from a DCP or higher, or yeah, from a DCP or higher to actually get the bus out.
Yeah, I don't have any more questions at the moment.
Mr. King.
Yes. Good day, everyone. Good day, NAOMI.
Hello.
All right, my questions are pretty simple. Not much. First question I want to ask: why do you want this job? Why do you want to become a doctor?
Um, I was bored of being in gangs and I wanted to join something different than being in a gang.
All right. All right. Another question. This is personal. What makes you unique?
I'm not quite sure what makes me unique. Um,
All right. It's okay to be nervous. I just want to know your like your inner self. Like if you have like fear, confidence, and stuff like that. Because I realize that you a little
shy,
bit.
outspoken, inside.
All right. The next final question.
Dr. Dr. Barkley, do you have any questions?
Yeah, give me a second. Go ahead, Kyle. You can ask your question first.
Thank you. If you just so happen to be on med delivery, because I've noticed med delivery be playing us sometimes, and it'll be have us like delivering right next to a territory. Let's say a gang is outside that territory asking you to give them meds. Do you give them meds?
No.
Yes, you don't give them meds at all. The only time you give a person med outside is if you're on a medical emergency run and you give it to the person that you just revived. That is it.
Okay.
All right. If you are on an emergency run, and no, I'm sorry, you're leaving your apartment, you're headed to work, and on the way, you see a body on the ground. Would you pick it up? If so, why? If not, why?
No, unless I was on the clock.
Because you can't pick up anybody in your personal vehicle. That's all the questions I have. I think that's probably 10 or more.
Okay, I have one last one, and then we're gonna wrap this up. What would you do if you
Can you get
witnessed
more? Can you get more staff down at the phone lobby, please?
or a coworker breaking a rule?
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
What would you do if you witness a faction member breaking a rule?
Report it to higher up.
Yes, you want to record and report.
Yep, no body cam means no nothing. You gotta make sure you have that body cam.
All right. Well, this concludes the interview. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay. This concludes the interview. Thank you.